You're dating a woman that has children, yeah? Hypothetically, you're dating a woman that has children, and she's like, you know, I want you to be introduced to the child, yeah? Casually or formally. Do you feel like the dad should have any say in that?
Well, I can only talk from my perspective as the guy who's trying to get some action. Because I'm going to be biased. I personally don't really want to be around. If we're not trying to be serious, I don't think I should meet your children. If we're just having casual sex.
But if you are trying to be serious?
If I am trying to be serious, I know no one does this, but ideally what you do need to do is ask for his DBS. I know no one does this. I know I'm just people are gonna think like, what the fuck?
Oh, you've been serious, like an actual DBS, like not like a, you know you say, oh, do the DBS on this girl to see.
And okay, even I spoke at a university years ago, just before COVID, and I said, ideally as adults, before we have sexual intercourse with anyone, we should go for a checkup.
Yeah.
Who does that though?
Important.
Some people do, but be honest.
I've been seeing a woman for a while now. We're talking about me meeting the children. The dad says, no.
Because
I want to meet him first, but I'll let you. Because I feel I should be able to meet him.
I don't go on feelings.
Okay.
So
if a dad's saying I want you to wait until I've met him, but I don't know when I'm gonna want to meet him.
Then there's no conversation. Anything for me is.
She should go and live her life.
Yeah, for me it's F your feelings in this world. Everything's about what is the best for the situation. I don't care about your feelings. I just feel I should meet him. Why? I just feel. I don't. Sometimes women hate me when they talk about feelings. I said, I don't. Your feelings right now is not important. Let's talk about what was really going on here. Then we can go back to how I made you feel. Why do you want to meet this man? I just feel I should. Okay, why? I don't meet any of the women that you're dating. And in more time, a guy's not going to say, oh, here's the girl I'm linking, come and... Let's just try and be fair in it. Most guys are not going to say, oh, here's the woman I'm having sex with, meet her. Because obviously sometimes our child's around her too. That doesn't... A lot of it's just power. It's abusing power. Let's just be real. It's not... Do you really care? Like, you just don't want someone around your missus.
Because what really comes from that meeting anyway?
Oh, so you meet each other, alright, cool, just let you know, don't touch my daughter or my son. I'm not going to. Okay. What? I don't know what's the next conversation? I don't understand. Or do you want to make sure he's not a roadman? And I'm not going to pretend that if you're active and there's not going to be a problem with it. And this is the thing, is that when you're seeing your child maybe once a week or twice a week or once every 2 weeks, I don't know whether you have enough, whether you should be, you don't really care. Let's just be real. And sometimes you just have to be honest. If you're an active dad and you're there 3 times a week, 4 times a week, you're picking your kid up from school every day. You know what it is, whatever it means to be an active dad. If that's your role, I don't think she's gonna have a problem with that conversation. Remember, everything is how you are with this woman and how you are with this man. In my opinion, when you two are getting along and you're actively playing your role.
Yeah. Peaceful.
Yeah, you saying, oh, you got a boyfriend, you're gonna be happy. Oh, you got a man now. Okay, wicked. So how are things going? No problem. All right. So when you you want to make it work, because if she's at peace, you're at peace, your kids are at peace. But when you're beefing, and I always say before, when you're beefing, we're all petty. If I'm beefing you, I don't want your life to be smooth. I'm gonna cancel when it's time for me to pick him up, just to make things a bit harder for you. Take that.
That segues into that segues
You
into
can't use Diddy adlibs here, man.
that segues into a dilemma.
Take your nut.
Let me try and find.
Pause.
I got a few I want to throw at you, but in terms of that, like, I'm just remembering this off the top of my head. Dad is very inconsistent when he sees the child, and by inconsistent I mean sometimes doesn't show up, shows up late, keeps moving the goalposts.
We say comes round for Insta pictures.
Yeah.
Here's me and my son.
expects the mum to work around him, even when he's had the children and he's meant to drop them back at 7. Sometimes calls at 5 and says, I'm on my way, make sure you're back. Yeah. When a person's being that difficult, do you feel if the mum says, I'm not allowing you to continue to do this, as a negative, in the sense of if she says, I'm not playing by your rules no more, you either stick to the times or don't see the children. Some people would say you're now stopping that man from seeing the child. Do you think that's fair?
How old are the kids?
The
Does it say
kids
or
in
not?
this scenario, I think they were 6 and 4.
No, I think unless it's severely impacting these children, and they decide they don't want to see dad anymore, you should never allow a situation where a dad or a man can say you stopped me.
But is that stopping? If someone puts a boundary in place and says, you know what, you can see your children, but this is these are the parameters in which you can see your children, right? You've been doing it freestyle.
So they're both our kids, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but I think we forget that part sometimes when we have this discussion that they both belong to both of us.
Act like it then.
You see-
Act like it's your kids' game, bro.
But you can't police. You
You're
can't
coming
police.
at 7,
Yeah.
and then you don't show up.
Yeah.
Our kids
Yeah.
are waiting and now let down, right? You say you're coming on Saturday and you show up at lunchtime. You only have them for. Our kids are now
I've
left
seen some
waiting.
women do.
It's impacting
What
our
I've seen some
children.
women do is just not tell their children that their dad's coming. So there's none of that letting down. So literally, if the dad comes, oh, guess what? Dad's outside. Ah, daddy's here. If dad doesn't come, dad doesn't come.
But then let me ask you a question from a woman's perspective. Yeah, I can't live my life if I'm now waiting and hoping. Oh, is he going to show up today?
I know it's unfortunate. I know it's unfortunate, but all I would always say is you don't want a situation, and it's just my opinion.
Yeah.
I'm not the oracle of anything. Just my opinion that where a guy can say, "You stopped me seeing my children," in whatever capacity it is. You don't want that ever to be said that you stopped me.
Another segue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. And once again, I've said before, if you haven't gone to court, in my opinion, you can't really say you've been stopped. That's just once again my opinion. It's not fact. It's not set in stone. Moses didn't strike the stone with some lightning. It's just my take on it. All of this stuff we can just push aside. Have you gone to court?
Okay. My children's father refuses to do pickups and drop-offs. Yeah. Because he says he's got a clot in his leg. Something's wrong with his leg. Yeah. He won't even pick the kids up from school, and the school's close to where he lives.
Does he go to work?
Doesn't say. But
He must go to work. If he goes to work, then he's a waste man. That was
he
stupid.
was-
That was
Maybe he works
stupid.
from home.
but he won't even. So this mum is
He don't
even
work from
coming.
home,
This
bro.
mum is even driving from out of town to pick the kids up from school sometimes and take them 5 minutes down the road to his. Yeah, that's what she was doing just so that he could see his kids. Now she said the other day she saw him taking his partner's kids to school.
He's a dickhead, bro.
Yeah. She saw him taking his partner's kids to school. So what she said now, I'm refusing now to do any of this driving to accommodate you. He's saying you're stopping me from seeing my children.
No, he's a dickhead. He's a
In that
dickhead.
situation,
He's a
she's not.
dickhead.
So for instance, when you're talking about, oh, he's letting the kids down, and then he says, okay, I'm going to come on Saturday. No, you're not seeing the kids anymore because you keep letting them down. That's stopping. The way to mitigate that, even though she's not meant to help as much as, but you just say, I'm not telling the kids anymore. That's it. That's what my mum done. So one day I'll just see the car pull up. I'm like, Dad, I'll go outside. There was no more letdowns. So I didn't know when he was coming or not. So one could argue and say, but why should a mum have to do that? We can go roundabouts and circles. You just don't want to ever a situation where my dad could never say my mum stopped him seeing us. And my dad was, and I said before, my dad was a scumbag.
Yeah.
But there was never a situation where I felt or knew, or my dad ever said, you stopped me from seeing the kids. Never.